You don't need as many clothes as you think for a multi-week through hike. Every extra layer that you bring is dead weight that you're carrying on your back. Here's the exact kit that I am carrying out there on the JMT and the logic behind every single item. Hey, I'm Luke. I've been backpacking for over 15 years and I'm here to help you get out on the trail in a safe, fun, and exciting way. Now let's get into it. As I'm sitting here packing for my through hike at the John Muir Trail, I realized that it might be really beneficial for at least some of you to see exactly what kind of clothing I'm bringing out there and why I bring it. So I'm just gonna go through every single item, why I bring it, why it made the list, that kind of thing. And without further ado, let's just get right into this. Item number one is the Cotopaxi hat. I absolutely love this thing. Not only does it give me some protection from the sun on my head, but it also gives me some shade from the sun, so the nice bill on it makes it really comfortable. Not only that, is that this particular hat, this style of hat, is about the only kind of style that fits my very small noggin, so it has become one that I really love and enjoy. I wear it on and off the trail, but this one was one of the first things I packed for the trip because it's just something that I want to carry with me at all times, and I absolutely love this cap. Item number two is my GOODR sunglasses. So I have a couple different pairs of these, but these ones are the Mick and Keith Midnight Ramble sunglasses. I have taken these on a bunch of different trips, and anytime I lose a pair or break a pair, which isn't often, I just replace it with another pair. So they're really budget friendly, but they do the job really well. And if there's something you don't know about sunglasses, which is the really cheap sunglasses, the lenses will dim the sun that comes into your eyes, but they don't actually protect your eyes from the UV rays. And so it's actually more dangerous because you think you're protected, you keep your eyes wide open because it's dimmer light coming in, but you're actually still getting hit with all those UV rays because the lenses aren't actually rated to protect you from UV. They're just dimming the light that comes in. So it's actually more dangerous for you. Where GOODR doesn't do this is fantastic. So they are a budget brand of sunglasses, but they also have actual protection for your eyes, not just something that dims the light that comes in. And they have different lens colors. So depending on how you want to kind of perceive the trail, so different colors will give you different advantages on the trail. So some are better in low light, some are better in a lot of light and that kind of thing. But the Mick and Keith Midnight Ramble from GOODR is my second item on this list. Next item on the list is basically my mid layer, one of my mid layers, which is my Uniqlo Ultra Light Down Jacket. So this is one of those items that is kind of funny to me. I actually bought this when I lived in Chicago because I needed a down jacket, and this one happened to be really available for a good price, and it packs down extremely well. I have taken this literally all over the world, and it has never failed me a single time to keep me warm when I need it to keep me warm, as an amazing mid layer underneath a shell, which I'll talk about in a minute. And it's great for ventilation, great for packing down. It actually comes with a small stuff sack that you can pack it into. So everything about this jacket has just been really top notch, and I've had it for years and it has never failed me. So Uniqlo Ultra Light Down Jacket is what I'm bringing for one of my mid layers on this trip. Next on this list is my rain shell, my outer layer, which is the Black Diamond Fine Line rain shell, rain jacket, whatever you want to call this, but it is basically my outermost layer, my shell layer. And it's another one that I've really enjoyed. I've used it for years. I've taken it out on different trails. I think this one has also gone internationally with me, and there's just a few features about it that I really enjoy about it. The first thing is, and I can do an entire video on this, I actually might have done an entire video on this, but basically it's the rubberized waterproof zippers here. So the waterproofing on this jacket does not rely on storm flaps alone. It actually has waterproof front zipper. Not only that, it has storm flap here for the little, kind of like side pouch, and then also it's rubberized there for waterproofing. So double waterproofing there, which I really appreciate. All the seams are actually sealed, so you don't have any leakage between like the stitching or anything like that. So it's very fully watertight and water sealed. It has a bucket lid to it, so when you are basically for climbing, if you have like a climbing helmet on, you can put this over the helmet and know that it's going to be tight against that because you have the cinch of a strap here, so you can cinch it down. Really like that. For the back, it has the vent on the back. So for men's jacket, it has this vent right here, which is fully waterproof because of how basically the water, because it runs down this direction, so you don't have to worry about unless water gets underneath and comes up upside down, which would be interesting, but it's a mesh underneath here, and then it has the full flap on the back, so it works really well for ventilation. So for the men's jacket, it has that. For the women's jacket, it does not have that flap on the back. What it has instead is pit zips. So for the women's jacket, it has pit zippers right here that are fully waterproof. For the men's jacket, they did the storm flap. So they just built those two differently depending on if you got the men's or the women's jacket. But this jacket has done really well for me. It's very durable. It's not overly expensive. And I also own the Arc'teryx Beta AR, and I really love Arc'teryx. I have nothing bad to say about them at all. The black diamond shell here is just like the more budget-friendly version of the Beta LT is what I would say. So both really great jackets, but this is the one that I've been taking with me on some of my trips lately. It's a little bit lighter than the Beta AR that I own, so I enjoyed that. Packs down really well. Very durable, never had any problems with it. So that's what I'm bringing for my shell. For my next mid layer, I have the Outdoor Vitals Sun Hoodie. So this is more of a more recent pickup, but I actually have the blue one and the golden one because I have enjoyed them so much. So this is a bit of a newer pickup for me, but I've been wearing it constantly. I've been wearing it everywhere. I've worn it on a couple of trips now, and it has yet to do me any wrong. It vents very well. It keeps the sun off of me. It's very comfortable, very lightweight, and very, very breathable. So this has become one of my favorite pieces of clothing to wear, even off the trail and just kind of wear around town, is this Outdoor Vitals Sun Hoodie right here. So that's one of my other mid layer. For my other mid layer, I have this 100% polyester mid layer right here. So it's a long sleeve, lightweight kind of sun shirt again. It's made by REI, and I honestly can't remember the name of it. I got this in 2020 and I'm still wearing it and using it at different times. So yeah, this is what I have here, but it's a REI brand, 100% polyester, kind of like sun shirt, but it's a little bit thicker than the Outdoor Vitals Sun Hoodie, but this is what I've been using as another base layer when I want just a little bit more warmth, or I'd want to go out in something that's closer to a t-shirt but not wear a lot of layers. I'll wear this instead. And so this has been kind of another mid layer that I've really depended on since 2020, and I've been wearing it since then, and it has yet to let me down. For base layers on the top, I have two different shirts. The first one is an Arc'teryx t-shirt here. It's actually a little bit like mesh. It's not a ton of mesh, but it's just a little bit kind of meshy, so it does a really great job with ventilation. It's very comfortable, and I've been wearing this for years as well. So a lot of these items I have owned for years and keep wearing them because they just keep lasting. So nothing wrong with that. And this is another one, is I can't remember what the name of this shirt was. Once again, I bought this so many years ago, but this Arc'teryx t-shirt here has rarely, if ever, done me wrong. I really love it, really appreciate wearing it, and it's just, once again, like a polyester shirt, so staying away from cotton, doing all merino wool or polyester or nylon blends, things like that, to just keep my clothing from like holding on to the sweat that I produce or any kind of moisture that I run into, and actually expelling it, wicking it away, drying quicker, more quickly, and then also being able to wash it a lot easier and having it dry more quickly after you get done washing it in the streams or whatever it might be. But this is my first base layer t-shirt that I'm going to show you, which is this Arc'teryx. You're going to get tired of hearing me say this, but this is another shirt that I picked up years ago and I'm still wearing, which is this Under Armour t-shirt. So this is more of a performance wear t-shirt, and I have a couple different Under Armour performance wear shirts that I kind of rotate through for backpacking trips, but this is the one that's coming with me today. So this Under Armour t-shirt right here that I have owned for years, I have worn it on plenty of trips, and it's just gonna be the one that I take out for this trip. So there are other Under Armour shirts I wear sometimes. My base layer t-shirts are one of the things I still kind of cycle through with different ones. I don't have like two that I always bring or something like that. I kind of go through the different ones, but this is one of the ones that comes with me on this trip. Now, as I'm going through all these different pieces of clothing, you might notice that I'm not showing you a ton of stuff, and that's because I really don't bring a lot of things with me out on the trail for clothing. I'm going to explain the reason for that at the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for that. But I've just finished all the base layers and external layers for the top half of me, and so now we're going to go do the bottom half, and then my shoes, my socks, and all that kind of stuff, and all the way down to like the true base layers. We're gonna get into all of it, but stick around to the end of the video to understand why I bring what I bring with me. Next, for my bottom half, I have the Outdoor Research Chino pants. Now, these are actually more of a newer pickup. We were doing some hiking and things like that recently out west, and so I picked these up to try out on some hiking trails. Really enjoy them. They're 95% nylon, so not working with any kind of cotton here. Nothing like that. And the reason I picked Chino pants in particular is because I do kind of like that more like tapered fit kind of pant. For hiking and backpacking, I don't like to have a lot of baggy clothes on me, so this is what I'm bringing with me out on the trail for this time. But this will be the maiden voyage for it for backpacking trips specifically, so I'll let you know how they work in the end. But I did do quite a bit of hiking in them, and they were really comfortable, really easy. They breathe really well, and I was able to move around in them very well because they are like a stretch fabric, so I don't have any worries about that. And also I realized as I was going through this and packing all my stuff that pretty much all my clothing for the outdoors is either dark green or blue. So I'm going to be wearing a lot of green and blue on this trip, but didn't know that was like something I did until I started putting it all together and realized that I'm bringing basically all green and blue items. So there you go. Next, for my base layer shorts, I have these outdoor research shorts. I actually have two pairs of these, the ones that I'm holding in my hands and the ones that I'm wearing right now. And for the life of me, I can't remember what they're actually called. So that's really frustrating me right now, but they're incredibly comfortable, elastic waistband with ties for kind of cinching them together so you don't have any kind of belt buckle situation. If you don't know, if you're wearing pants with belts, especially thicker belts, and then you try to put a backpacking pack on there and then, you know, put together the backpacking waistband, then you kind of create the situation where like your pants are uncomfortable all of a sudden because of like the bigger belt on the backpacking pack. So you don't want to wear pants out that have to have a belt on them if at all possible. So being able to do that with these guys is amazing because they have just a little drawstring that's very kind of flush and not in the way in the slightest. But these pants are very comfortable. They give you a lot of free movement. They are incredibly durable. I have worn these everywhere and they have never done me wrong. I've been able to just beat them up, wash them, hand wash them, throw them in the washer, and do everything I can to them, and they just always bounce right back. So these are some of my favorite shorts I have ever worn. I wear them constantly off the trail, and then I always bring them with me to go on the trail. So like I said, I'm wearing a pair right now, these blue ones, and I have these green ones that I also, these are the ones that are going to be packed for this trip. And once again, I am realizing that I wear blue and green for all my outdoor gear. Did not know that was a thing until I started putting it all together. But there you are. Next, we're going to get into the socks, the underwear, and the shoes that I'm bringing out on the trail. First, for socks is I have 3 different pairs of Darn Tough socks. Now, I absolutely love Darn Tough. They are an amazing company, an amazing brand. They have an awesome warranty. If you ever get a hole in your Darn Tough socks, you actually send them in to Darn Tough, and they will either repair them or more likely they keep them and then send you a digital gift card to your email that you can use that gift card to then redeem on their website for a new pair of socks, and it even covers the shipping to your house. So you can basically get unlimited pair of socks for free. So you pay like $30 to get 1 pair of socks, but then that pair of socks lasts you for a lifetime. So that's my little plug for Darn Tough. I absolutely love them. So I bring 2 pairs of like normal, lightweight, mid-height hiking socks that are like, you know, like the ankle and then a little bit above, so like the mid-height. And then I bring 1 pair of thicker socks to sleep in, or if I have blisters developing or hot spots or something like that, I see like a pair of thicker socks where it's getting really cold, I can wear the pair of thick socks as well. So I wear 3 pairs of Darn Tough, or I bring 3 pair of Darn Tough hiking socks for my backpacking trips. Next, I have my true base layer, which is boxer briefs. I only bring 2 pair of boxer brief, 1 to wear and then 1 to wash and dry, and I keep flipping them out as I need to. So I just wear 2 pair of jockey. The important part here is to not get any kind of cotton underwear. So make sure you're bringing like synthetic, nylon, polyester, that kind of stuff for your underwear. You do not want to be wearing cotton out on the trail all day. It's going to stink. It's going to hold moisture. It's going to hold odor, all that kind of stuff. So it's not going to dry very well. So even if you wash it, it's going to take way too long to air dry. So make sure you bring polyester, nylon, wool, those types of things. Don't bring cotton out with you, but I bring 2 pair of jockey boxer briefs for my backpacking trips. Now I'll explain why I don't bring more clothing. So I have my shoes that I'll still show you, but the reason I don't bring more clothing than this is because of what I kind of hinted at with the socks or the underwear, which is essentially you can only wear 1 pair of things at a time. So you can only wear 1 layer of clothing at a time. You can only wear 1 base layer, 1 mid layer, and 1 rain shell at a time. So bring any more than that is really unnecessary. I know it's tempting to say, all right, well, I'm going to bring 4 pairs of this thing because that way I never have to wash it. Or that way it always feels fresh when I'm going out on the trail. And if that's the decision you want to make, then that's fine, but it is a lot of extra weight on your back that you don't need. The really good rhythm here is to wear 1, wash 1, dry it, and then swap them out as you keep going. So every couple of days you're swapping out your clothing for the other layer, but you really only need to bring 2 pairs of pants, 2 socks. I bring an extra pair of socks because that's a luxury for me. I like to sleep in a clean pair of socks, so I bring an extra pair of socks for that case. But you only need 1 thing to wear and then 1 thing to wash and dry, and then keep flipping them out. So that's why I don't bring more with me out on the trail. But without further ado, let's get into my shoes. First, for my hiking shoes, my backpacking shoes, my trail shoes, whatever you want to call them, is the Salomon SenseRide 4. Now, these are a little bit older. I think it's up to SenseRide 6 now, but the Salomon SenseRide 4 have been great. They are trail runners. Trail runners have become a really normal thing for backpackers because you just really don't need much more to protect you unless you have a special scenario, which that's not what I'm saying. But for me, the Salomon SenseRide 4 has been absolutely excellent. They're very lightweight, very durable, very comfortable. They haven't steered me wrong. I don't really develop blisters in them. So Salomon has been a great brand for me. And shoes are one of those things, and shoe brands are one of those things where you need to figure out and develop an understanding of what shoes and brands work for you. For instance, Keen as a backpacking brand is an amazing shoe brand. They make kind of wide box, toe box shoes. So if you have more of a wide foot, Keen is a really good brand for you. Merrell, on the other hand, makes kind of narrower shoes. So if you need narrower shoes, Merrell's a great brand for you to go to. I think Hoka is also not good for me because of how they do like their drop on their shoes, but it's a really great brand to take out as well. So understand the brand that works for you. Do a lot of testing. Your shoes are one of the things you don't want to get wrong, so make sure you get good trail shoes for yourself. You can take the recommendations of all the backpackers out there and all the people on YouTube or whatever telling you which shoes are the best, and that's going to be true in some cases, but understand what shoes work best for you, because what you want to do is get the shoe that is best for you, not the shoe that everyone else recommends. You know what I mean? All right. And finally, is another kind of luxury, but it's something that I really swear by, which is camp shoes. And for me, I have my rubber Birkenstocks. So these are things that I love. I love having camp shoes in the evening. It helps to air out my feet. It helps to keep blisters from developing. It's a much more comfortable feeling to not be in your hiking shoes all day. Even if you're just getting up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, to be able to slip on something like this instead of putting on your hiking shoes that feel a little bit too familiar after day 5, 7, and 15. And they hit the same spots on your foot every single time. To be able to slip into something else in the middle of the night or just while you're kind of walking around camp that day feels really good. So I bring rubber Birkenstocks. Rubber because they are waterproof, they are more durable, they're not made out of suede or anything like that that's going to get like moldy or kind of fall apart on you in moisture. So you can keep them on the outside of your pack while you're backpacking and there's no problem there. And then you can go into water and just streams and filter water without having an issue there. So I've really enjoyed using rubber Birkenstocks for my camp shoes as of late. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go watch this one here, and I'll see you over there. Thanks.